God bless football, Billy Gill.
God bless football, Mikey, eh?
God bless football, Fuentes.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Thank you. Super Bowl 59, is set. It is Eagles and Chiefs. Billy rocking the Chiefs Kingdom hat. I mean, how about that? And said to me moments before we came on the air, I'm rooting for Kansas City.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
I'm part of Chiefs Kingdom. I was embraced by them. Guys, it seems like you've forgotten. It seems like some people may have forgotten. We've been with this team literally since day one.
Yes. Yeah.
Day one.
So why turn our backs on them now?
It's a fair point. We didn't go to Philadelphia. We went to Kansas City. We started this journey with them, and we're going to end it with them in New Orleans next week.
That's
How about
exactly
that?
Right.
Yes. You're excited, huh?
I am excited.
Yeah.
I am excited. I'm sad, but I'm excited.
Well, why are you sad? Because you love football so much? We only have one game left?
Yeah, I mean, we only have 2 weeks left, and then what do we have to do? Pretend to care about basketball? Like, jeez. This is just that time of the year.
Yeah. I have a new game for you guys if you want to play it. I'm not certain you want to play it this early in the proceedings, but I do have a new game for you.
What is it?
I read you stats, and you react.
Okay.
You're good?
Okay.
All right.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
You're good with that?
Okay.
All right, here's a stat. Patrick Mahomes has trailed in the fourth quarter in 9 playoff games. He's come back to win 6, forced 2 overtimes and 2 others before losing. He has a 132.2 rating with 5 touchdowns and 1 touchdown run in those games.
What just happened?
I read you a stat.
I know, but it was really long.
Yeah.
Okay, you want a different one?
That wasn't a stat.
I have a different one. You're right.
Jeez,
You're right. It's fair criticism. Listen, it's early afternoon.
It's Championship Monday. We just had the
We
two
ironed this
teams.
out.
Patrick Mahomes versus the Bills in his career. Regular season, 1-4, 85.9 rating, 10 combined touchdowns, 8 turnovers. In the playoffs, 4-0, 123.7 rating, 12 combined touchdowns, 1 turnover.
This is a bad game.
You're supposed to react to it.
Yeah, this is a bad game.
Get it done in the regular season, Mahomes. Stop winning in the playoffs. Show you can do it when it doesn't count.
I appreciate the reaction. The Chiefs have won an NFL record 17 straight one-possession games.
I have a stat for you.
Okay, go ahead.
God bless football is presented by Smirnoff. We do game days. Please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York.
Fuentes, he's an ass.
It's a great stat, though. I love
It's
that
just
stat.
it's wordy.
That's a great stat.
Great
Look,
stat.
here's the thing. Your stat game, I think, works better as graphics.
Okay, most playoff wins as a starting quarterback. Brady, 35. Mahomes, second, 17. Montana, third, 16. My reaction to that is Brady had 35.
Quiet 35.
You see him throwing the ball to Gronk before the game?
No.
Little catch with Gronk before the game. Could still zip it.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can. I have him coming back.
Do you?
Yeah.
Where's he going?
I'm not sure yet.
He's got to play for Vegas, doesn't
Well,
he?
his team needs a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might as
North
well go
Carolina?
There you go.
Oh, man.
Brady in North Carolina.
Does he
Yeah.
have a year left?
He has his COVID
By the
year,
way,
probably.
what a great idea for a movie.
That graduate year. That one graduate year.
I saw that 80 for Brady, I think, is either on Netflix or coming to Netflix like real soon, and I had no interest in watching it. I think I might on Netflix. Not to pay for, but 80 for Brady, I think I might watch it on Netflix.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Did you feel bad for Josh Allen?
Oh, 100%.
No.
I felt so bad for him.
Did you really?
I really did.
Why?
Not even a little bit.
Why, Mike?
What?
I mean, the guy is clearly he's clearly an elite quarterback. He's clearly a special player. They've won a playoff game in the last 5 playoffs and haven't advanced to the Super Bowl. How do you not feel bad for that guy?
Because this is something that happens all the time in sports. There is a great person, there is a greatness that every other team must overcome, and when you can't, that's how it works.
Right.
This is Michael Jordan with the Bulls, and the Knicks can't win the championship. Is it because Patrick Ewing wasn't great? No, it was because Michael Jordan was there. You got to beat Mahomes. You can't do it.
So
figure it out.
You mentioned Michael Jordan. I saw this stat. Here's a stat for you to react to.
Okay. All right.
And this is courtesy of @SickHighlights on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So this is a comparison between Josh Allen and Michael Jordan. This is 2024 Josh Allen, 1991 Michael Jordan. Season number 7 for both of them.
Right.
Franchise title 0 for both of them. Opponent for Josh Allen, the Chiefs. Opponent for Michael Jordan, the Pistons. Playoff record versus the opponent, 0 for 4 for Josh, 0 for 3 for Michael Jordan. Opponent seeking a three-peat, yes and yes. So 2024 Josh Allen and 1991 Michael Jordan were facing very similar circumstances and had the same result. Yes. Then Michael Jordan obviously goes on to win 6 championships, retired in the middle to go play baseball, maybe a suspension secretly. We don't know what was going on there.
Right, yeah.
So there's still time for old Joshy. The problem is the Chiefs. And the Chiefs did that thing. The Chiefs chiefed.
Wait, my stats were wordy? Anyway, go ahead.
This is a comparison. I mean, it's on Instagram
a good stat,
thing.
though.
It's better,
No, I know.
the
It was
graphic.
more like a story.
Yeah, it's a good stat. Right. It's a good story.
Well, anywho, the Chiefs did kind of what the Chiefs have been doing the past 2 seasons, which is
one-score games.
Playing possum the entire regular season.
Right.
And then they turn it on when they need to.
They chiefed. They chiefed at the right time.
100% chiefed at the right time.
But we all knew they could do it, right? Yeah.
Oh, we all knew it was there.
Yeah.
We just hadn't really seen it.
Kansas City Possums.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey,
how do you guys feel about possum versus opossum? Because it's opossum, right? But everyone says possum.
I like possum.
I do too.
Yeah.
Let's keep the O silent.
Right.
We don't need that.
Sounds Irish with the O.
It's extra. I don't need
Billy Opossum.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Larry Opossum.
Dude, that sounds like a pub that I would love to go to. Billy Opossums.
Hey, where you at, Opossums?
I think we ate there in Arizona.
Wow.
Did we? Opossums?
Yeah, we went there. Yeah.
Billy Opossums.
Oh, that's right, Mikey. Forgot about that.
Billy Opossums?
Travis Kelce.
Wait, so hold on.
What's the deal?
I want to react to your stat. You're saying that at this point in their careers, Josh Allen, Michael Jordan have had similar careers, but Josh Allen has something to overcome that Michael Jordan or that Patrick Ewing did not, or Michael Jordan did not.
Well, he had the Pistons to overcome.
Yeah, but it was
which
an
he
aging
did.
Pistons team.
Yeah.
This is a Chiefs team in their prime. I mean,
That's the thing. Like, Mahomes is only 29 years old.
right.
They have at least another 7 years of this. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what's crazy is we would say before this, it's impossible for Patrick Mahomes to catch Tom Brady. And now I ask, is it?
It is only from this standpoint. Unless Brady comes back, and again, he still has it. He's got some zip left in that arm. I'm telling you. He's got some life left. But unless Brady comes back, he always has this over Mahomes. Unless Mahomes gets to 8.
That's what I'm saying. Before it seemed impossible he could get to 7, but he's at 29. He's going to be halfway there if he wins.
So what do we do with
there.
this? That Mahomes faced Brady in a Super Bowl, lost to Brady. Does Mahomes have to get to 8 or 9 to eclipse Tom Brady?
9.
I'm serious. 9?
You're serious. No, I'm asking if that's an actual thing that you're saying.
What if they each have 7, but Brady has beaten Mahomes head to head?
I mean, Burrow.
It depends. Mahomes will have the three-peat.
Yeah.
Right?
If Mahomes is the three-peat.
Would you rather have the 3-peat or the head-to-head, is what I'm saying.
Three-peat.
I think I'd rather have the 3-peat.
I'd rather have the head-to-head.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You'd rather be Eli Manning.
Brady lost to Nick Foles.
You'd rather be Eli Manning than Patrick Mahomes.
No, but as it relates to Mahomes, I'd rather to always be able to tell
Would you
Mahomes
rather be Eli
I
Manning
beat
or
you.
Patrick Mahomes?
Well, I'd rather be Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, then. Story's over because Eli did it twice to Brady.
No, I understand that, but if you're giving me the option of win 3 straight, they each have 7, and on your course to 7 Super Bowls, you beat the guy head-to-head, right? And the other guy won 3 straight, but none of those 3 were against you. I'd rather have what Brady has.
But Brady never did 3 in a row.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
But Mahomes never beat Brady.
Okay.
I love it.
You think about it, Brady lost to some stinkers. Wow. Two times Eli Manning, Nick Foles.
Yeah, really bad. And had some Super Bowls he had no business winning.
Exactly. Well,
Seattle, Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was off the field for the Seattle one.
Right. Yeah. Pete Carroll back, huh?
How about that?
Mikey called it the other day.
He did. He actually called
I
it.
did.
73-year-old Pete Carroll in Las Vegas. I mean, I love it.
He's
think
going to tear that town apart.
You think it Pete's like...
Oh, Mikey's so right. If you don't think Pete Carroll at 73 years of age is going to tear Vegas apart, you don't know Pete Carroll. I mean...
Do you think Pete, like in his interview process, like, Tom, you owe me one. Remember the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You owe me one.
Yeah. I handed you one.
Did they have this planned all the way back then?
Oh, wow.
Right. I gifted you a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You gift me a head coaching job.
Yeah.
At the age of 73.
Just a couple
Right.
years.
Yeah.
Just a cup of coffee. Just to feel alive.
Seems fair. It's a good trade for Brady. It is. He got a Super Bowl, and, Carroll gets a year of head coaching, maybe 2.
Hey, the Commanders season was cute.
It was nice while it lasted.
That ended very poorly for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni, huh?
Against all odds. Look at him.
Is it really against all odds?
It is. He's going to be the toast of the town in Philadelphia. They're going to
single one
fall
of
in love with him again.
They don't deserve him.
They don't deserve Nick Sirianni.
No, they booed Nick Sirianni. They wanted Nick Sirianni fired. If Nick Sirianni lost that game yesterday, they'd be calling it the WIP as we speak, early afternoon show, and they'd be telling, listen, whoever's hosting, I think it's Spike Eskin, they'd be telling him, hey, we got to fire him.
Mm-hmm.
The guy can't get to the big game, can't win the big game.
Why does Big Dom need a headset on the sideline?
I don't know.
I saw him in the mix again yesterday. He was there making sure that scuffles wouldn't break out, doing Big Dom things. And he's wearing a headset as though he's a coach on the sideline, hearing everything that's going on. Seems unnecessary for the head of security to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if it's plugged into anything?
Oh, you think he
Because
brought
I
his own
see
from
Dom
home?
just walking around with a headset that's not plugged into
I do
anything,
kind of
just
like
so that
that.
it looks like he is.
I do like that as maybe being what's going on there.
You have them plugged in, do you? 2025? Not wireless?
Sure.
It's like a kid playing video games. You just plug.
Is it attached to anything?
Yeah. Don't plug in the controller. Just give it to
That's
him.
I do that.
Are you maintaining he's just wearing headsets to wear headsets? Because I'm with you if you are. I mean,
It's
yes.
the same thing. Like when my kids were toddlers, I'd give them a remote with no batteries, and they'd think they were doing everything. Yeah, look, you changed the channel.
Yep.
The same thing with Big Dom. Here's this headset.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll talk to you when we need you.
Yep. So the Commanders, Billy, I want to tell Jaden Daniels he'll get back to that game, but, I mean, it's football. I have no idea.
You don't think he's ever going to get back to the NFC Championship?
No. I mean, Dan Marino thought he'd get back to the Super Bowl. He never got back to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I mean,
You know who I'm worried about is the Lions.
why are you saying it like this?
I'm
Because you're worried?
So I'm a little
okay.
worried about
Okay.
the Lions. So the Lions, obviously they were very close to the Super Bowl. Yeah, last year they didn't make it to the NFC Championship game. This year, last year, Dan Campbell was crying and said, "You may never get back here." This year he didn't get back there. He was crying again, but he didn't get back
That's
there.
his go-to move is
Now,
crying.
now he's lost his OC and his DC. I wonder what the Lions are going to look like next year.
Are you saying the window closed? Or has the window closed, Billy? Has a window been closed? Oh, boy. Wow.
Closed, not locked.
Hold on. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about
I'm trying to help him out a little bit. It is
I'm
audio.
not saying that. It's just it's the wind's kind of pushing it down. I think
Yeah.
It's one of those windows that you need like a stick to hold it up because like whatever the mechanisms that hold it up are a little creaky on the side, so it just slides down. And this one's begging to be shut.
Yes.
And that stick is missing, and it's sliding down very slowly here.
Huh.
I don't know why we're talking about the Lions today after the championship game yesterday, but
Well, I mean, perhaps because we watched that game play out, and it was a good game in the first half, a good game early, but we all probably, I know I was thinking about it should be Philadelphia at Detroit. Like, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, after seeing the Eagles, I wonder if Detroit would have hung with them. They looked really good yesterday.
They are really good.
I mean, obviously they won the turnover battle, which was a big part in it. It was a fairly close game, except Washington kept fumbling the ball, and poor Austin Eckler.
Oh, I felt so bad for him.
Luckily, I would say, luckily for Austin, his fumble was somewhat inconsequential. It wasn't when it was like a tight game, but still,
It was a
still
two-score game, though. I mean, they were driving down the field to try to make it a one-score game.
That 2-point conversion that they threw to him had absolutely no chance of succeeding. It was a little play action pass over to him off to the side at like the 7-yard line. No chance for success.
I have never seen a play like that where it was a trick play, but everything was based on the fact that the defense had to be tricked, or it was like, oh, we give up. And the Eagles were absolutely not fooled by that play at all. But I've never seen a play without another option. That was it.
I think it was the only look that he had, and when he threw it to him, and he knew right away. And there's nothing Austin could have done in that play.
No. There were like 3 defenders.
Yeah.
But the fumble was...
Poor Austin.
I know what you're saying. It wasn't in the worst spot possible, but it was still it was the end of the game. It was the nail in the coffin. It was a 2-score game at that point.
Yeah.
I felt terrible for him.
I did too.
Knowing how much it would mean to him to get to his first Super Bowl and knowing he doesn't have many years left to play.
Whoa.
Well, that's him saying it.
Whoa.
I mean, he
That's
lost
his
his
wife
memory
saying it,
this
too.
year. Yes.
Yeah, well,
His wife ain't
saying
having it. Right.
there's some memories I could afford to lose.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You think the Bengals win that game?
Which one?
The AFC Championship
Yes.
game. So do I!
Stugotz.
Yes,
Season's almost over,
it is. I'm sad.
but there's some good news.
What?
Light at the end of the tunnel here.
Really?
Yeah. Well, somewhat. It's delayed, right?
Masters?
No. We'll get to that, but it's
The
delayed.
draft.
We don't. No.
Oh, that's coming.
That is coming down the pike, as they say.
NBA? Or?
No, definitely not. Jeez, oof, no, thank you.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no. It's we don't have any more big board bets. There's no more games on Monday, so I don't have
Sad.
any more predictions for you guys this year. What I do have, though,
What do you have?
is winners and losers presented by Smirnoff, the world's number one vodka.
Wow.
Please drink responsibly. Would you like to play an edition of winners and losers right now?
Of course. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, this might be the last one.
Well, no. Super Bowl winners, Super Bowl losers.
Yeah. Well, okay. I have a predicament here. Winners and losers presented by Smirnoff, the world's number one vodka. Please drink responsibly. I'm gonna call myself a loser.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, lots of reasons.
Don't be so
but
hard on yourself.
in this
Don't
game,
say that.
Right.
Don't
The
say that
reason-
about Billy.
Can you turn the music up?
winners and losers. No, it's
That gives me energy. I love it.
no, that's way too loud.
Back down.
You're not gonna be able to hear.
It's early
what we're
afternoon, I
saying.
understand.
And I can't hear it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm a loser, and here's why I'm a loser. I have jury duty the day after the Super Bowl. The day after the Super Bowl, I have jury duty. And here's the thing
That
about
was me almost saying, "Oh,
yeah. And here's the thing about this particular jury duty. I have already rescheduled it. This is the third date that they've sent me because I've rescheduled it twice already.
I didn't realize you had options on that, like a rescheduling."
Well, you
dates.
can
Right.
put in and you could say I'm unavailable that day for XY reason. And it's almost impossible to believe, and it's why I didn't reschedule it the day after the Super Bowl, even though we have God Bless Football. We're going to have a Super Bowl reaction show. I don't think I'm going to be able to be part of it because I'm going to have jury duty.
Right.
The past two dates that I've had, when we were in Chicago for the
Right.
watch along, and then when we were in Arizona. And every time I called, I'm like, I have a work event. I'm not going to be in town. If I
Right.
get selected, I'm going to have to go that Thursday, that Friday out of town. So, like, I'm not going to be able to serve on the
Football
jury.
keeps getting in the way. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Right.
crazy how this thing
Right.
keeps aligning.
Which I think the court would understand.
well, they did
You're
understand.
an off-season juror, Billy.
Right.
You're an off-season
Well,
juror.
so they understood the first two times, and this third time I thought there's no way they're going to believe this again, so I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. I'm going to have to go to jury duty the day after the Super Bowl. So the first loser, winners or losers presented by Smirnoff, me, because I have jury duty the day after the Super Bowl. And the last time I got it, the note said, this is going to be a long one. This might be a 3-week trial. And I was like, oh boy, and I'm not down for that. Not down for that.
Do you think that there's one person taking these phone calls, like that'll be like, "I remember you. I remember you. You're not
County
getting out of
clerk.
this."
I mean-
No,
This
I
is
mean,
definitely
like,
automated.
just-
Definitely
No,
automated.
no, I had to call one of the times, and then I wrote a letter the second time, and I just think that it'd be on file, right? That it gets moved, so then they pull up my
So
juror
what?
number and my file, and they're like,
don't care.
"Sir, you have moved this so many times." I saw a video.
They just want you to eventually
They don't
show
want
up.
you anyway.
Right.
You work
just
in the
want-
media. They don't want you.
That's never worked for me. I've never been dismissed for that reason.
Time out.
Never
I've-
once.
I've
I
told
know.
you this in the past. I have walked in there and said I'm a member of the media, and they said, "We're sorry, we sent you this. You're good."
Yeah, I've never received that. Now, I saw a video, and again, and this is my fault because I brought us here, and we had 2 championship games, and I don't know why we're talking about jury duty, but
We're doing winners and losers.
I saw a video that said the best way to get out of serving on a jury is just tell them I don't want to be here. I just have no interest in this process. I don't want to be here. That would never work for me.
Right.
Absolutely never work for me. And I feel like I'd somehow be held in like contempt and like arrested if I was just like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be here today. Anyways.
So
winners
your
and
loser
losers.
is you.
My loser is me to start off. Yeah, kick things off. My loser is me.
All right.
I have some winners. I have a winner here.
You have a winner?
I have a winner here.
Mikey A, do you have a winner and a loser? Because I'm going to you next. Billy has a winner here.
Gotcha.
Billy is the loser, according to Billy.
Yeah, I was one of the losers and winners and losers presented by Smirnoff.
Okay.
World's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Who's your winner?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
They won.
Winners.
Yes.
They did win.
Yes, they did win. Shout out to our friend Ed and his entire family.
Big Ed, yeah.
Now here's where things are interesting. They won with Travis Kelce having 2 receptions for 19 yards. He has been a non-factor in many of the games this season. Now, last week was a totally different story.
He was great.
He carried
Yes.
the Chiefs.
Yes. He was a winner last week.
He was a winner last week, and I'm not saying he's a loser this week. And in fact, I said the Chiefs are winners because they don't even need to activate him most times. Like, they'll just, here's a little pass. He had 4 targets. Didn't need him yesterday. Didn't need him to beat the Bills.
Yep. Okay.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. They might need him,
I think they're going to need him Super Bowl.
but they might not.
They might not. Do you think that when he does his things like you got to fight for the right to party and the one that he was chanting yesterday on the thing, like Taylor doesn't seem embarrassed, but like if you were dating someone and every time they had a microphone they just chanted to get the crowd to sing along with you, you'd be embarrassed, right?
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
He had real, like, I didn't do any work on the group project, but I still celebrate the A energy yesterday.
Tony energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's earned that, though,
Energy.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
earned,
yeah. For
right.
what he's done, yeah.
Tony energy.
Yeah.
Tony energy.
But he's earned the right. to.
It was kind of like,
I
honestly,
mean, you might be thinking to yourself, why is Kelsey on the podium?
I was
No,
going to
he's earned
say,
it. He's earned
it was
it, yeah.
definitely like, why is he
Right.
even on the stage right now?
But he's for past performances.
I think he just goes up like out of
Like I said,
habit.
because he's Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, he
Right.
just walks up there and they're like, okay, who's going to tell him?
I mean, it's a fair point. Like, Xavier Worthy should have been on the stage.
Hollywood
The game,
Brown
right.
should have been on the stage. Juju Smith-Schuster should have been on the stage.
Kareem Hunt should have been on the stage.
Bro,
Right.
the way
Any of the running backs.
Yeah, the way the Chiefs resurrect these guys to like have them have a few pivotal plays, like Juju Smith-Schuster, like has 2 huge plays.
Yes.
you know,
Huge.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt off the street, your starting running back.
You know who was on the stage, but no one wanted to talk to him? And they should be ashamed of themselves. Spags.
Bags.
I mean, Spags is on the verge of carrying Patrick Mahomes to 3 consecutive Super Bowls.
I heard this.
You were a little worried about Spags there for a minute, weren't you?
Yeah, but he dialed up that blitz.
Where the Bills just ran it
Stugotz,
every play.
He dialed up the corner blitz, though. It was magical. Oh, my God, was it good?
So I was listening to the Dominique Foxworth show driving in,
Yes.
and they came up with an idea that
That's
I
a
think-
regular on a Monday for you, huh?
Yeah.
It's a great show. We love him.
I think you're gonna love this idea that Bill Barnwell put out there.
Okay.
All right. So Charlie Kravitz said, "Is it time for the Bills to just shake things up?"
Yes.
With McDermott, like
Oh.
they
Oh, yeah.
do something? They shake things up. You
They
got to
fire
do
him.
something different. Yeah. And then they were going back and forth. Well, let's shake them all. Like, what's the plan? Do you have a coach in mind? Like, what's the point of shaking things up? And then Bill Barnwell had the best idea:
I think I've said this idea before, but go ahead.
hire Spags.
Oh, wow. Not the idea I was thinking.
You bring in Spags,
good idea, though.
and you bring in the guy that has prevented you from getting to the Super Bowl so many times, and secretly,
Yeah, I like it.
secret assassin there for the Chiefs. You take him away from your competitor, you bring him in on
Yes.
your own side.
Yes, you weaken your competitor, your main competitor. You make yourself stronger, and Spags just simply walks in and says, yeah, I could stop that offense.
Then next year,
Why didn't you guys do this?
Next
we wouldn't
year.
be able to stop it.
you know who draws up or dials up the blitz, or who's getting the blitz dialed up against them? Patrick Mahomes, not Josh Allen.
Wow.
He knows all the weaknesses.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know how we've gone so far. How Dalton Kincaid dropped that pass.
That's my loser.
Yeah.
He was my loser. I mean, listen, Mahomes chucked it up. It was a prayer, but that
Allen.
prayer went right into Kincaid's hands.
Allen chucked it up.
I mean, Josh Allen chucked it up. But that prayer went right into Dalton Kincaid's. And by the way, I get those guys mixed up. Knox, Kincaid, I'm all, yeah.
I thought you were saying Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, okay.
No, I don't get that mixed up.
All right.
But it was right in his hands. He should have caught
Yeah,
it. If he
it's-
caught it, the Bills win probably.
He had to come back for it, but it hit him right in the like breadbasket, and it's just like terrible.
Yeah.
Like, just a bad drop.
You could tell from his reaction. He was like, "Man, I should have had.
Should have had that.
I
It was
just
just a prayer of a pass. He
Right.
just chucked
No,
it
yeah,
over.
Josh is throwing it, hoping it was close to
I hope
anyone, and
someone's down
it was right there.
Yeah.
But I have a loser.
Oh,
Ooh,
Joe Shane, general manager of the New York Giants.
oh,
my
still?
friend. Yeah.
because-
not for long.
Dude, Saquon Barkley, as good as he's been playing, they're going to play that clip of him. Well, first of all, they're going to play the clip of him on the phone with Saquon forever, especially if the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And then they're going to play the second clip of his son telling
Yeah.
him to draft Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
So those two clips are going to haunt him for a very long
His son, my big winner.
Yeah.
Sorry,
his
Joe
son
Shane.
saw it.
Yeah.
his
Sorry,
son saw it
yeah.
coming.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
He-
I didn't
He's already
say it.
been
You
signed
did.
by
Yeah,
three
exactly.
NFL teams to a
You can always be
future
like,
contract.
this guy just goes on a tangent. We don't even like to give him a microphone, you know. You can just,
It's hard to argue that Saquon Barkley is not the MVP of the NFL.
Yeah.
After watching the Eagles the last couple of weeks,
first play from scrimmage, just like rip a
Unbelievable.
60-yard touchdown. Insane.
it's crazy. Mikey, you had a winner and a loser.
I got a loser.
Okay.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh man, they thought they got their offensive coordinator back, and then he snuck off and then met with his side chick again, and ended up signing with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh no, he's back, and we're going to give him this big contract." He's like, "Nah, they got rid of the guy I don't like. I'm just going to go there."
I have a loser.
Oh, okay.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Ugh.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm serious.
Shoddy.
Listen, they hired Dallas. Jerry Jones never does this. Their head coaching hire was part of a Friday news dump because he's so embarrassed about the guy he hired. It's insane.
I think he got his guy.
Well, his guy, yes.
Yep.
The guy who will say exactly what it is Jerry wants him to say.
Correct.
So Jerry's the winner. Cowboys losers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have one more loser.
Oh,
Another loser.
I have another loser too.
Really?
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
But not because they lost. They traded out of a spot where they could have drafted Xavier Worthy, and then he came back, had a huge game against them in the AFC
Yeah.
Championship.
Well, I mean, they also traded the pick that landed the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they've just handed the
Wow.
Chiefs this dynasty. It's
Wow.
insane.
I have a winner quick.
Next time the Bills call the Chiefs call the Bills,
Yeah,
they should just say
unplug
no.
the phone. Like, just unplug it, rip it out
Say
of the
no.
wall. Like, no, we are not giving you
And
any
if
more
you're the
players.
Chiefs, you call every year.
Yeah.
You call
Yeah. Oh, you
every
got-
year.
you
Just
got
to
it.
make them-
Every
just
year.
to get in their head.
Yeah,
It's the Chiefs again.
I think last year they may have
Hey,
done that. I
guys.
think last year they may have done that. Like, guys, let's just see. It's like it's almost like they're crank calling the Bills. Like, let's see if they
See
do.
what we can
They'll
get off
never
this-
say
yeah,
yes.
see what
They'll
we can get off
never
this-
say
Watch
yes.
them panic.
No, they'll
Watch
never
them
say
wonder
yes.
who it is.
Yeah, then they say yes and like, oh my god, they did it again.
Oh my
Who do
God.
we take here?
I have a winner and a loser now.
Okay.
Winner,
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs.
No.
I mean,
No.
whether you have me, whether you don't have me, it's not about me. You can't beat Patrick Mahomes with or without me.
All right. I'm gonna vote
It's
no
a decent
on that
day
one.
for him. I mean, it's not bad. It's a decent day. That's all I'm saying. A decent day.
But
No matter who his quarterback
they
is,
went
he's
further.
still not here.
They
so.
went further in the playoffs than he did.
Yeah, but he was injured, and Josh Allen didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That was the whole
Is
thought.
Stephon Diggs calling the Chiefs?
Addition by subtraction.
Wow.
You take away Stephon Diggs. Yes, he is, by the way. That's a great take by you. Addition by subtraction. You take Diggs away. You spread the ball out more. You're going to beat the Chiefs. You did it.
Okay.
I have a loser.
I hold on. I can see Diggs calling the Chiefs, them going to the Super Bowl, and him saying, "See, I was the missing piece the whole time."
What if Spags
Here's me.
calls Buffalo, though? I mean,
I have unless we have like NFL contract shenanigans, right? Where like money just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
I have Stephon Diggs slated to join the Chiefs in 2026 or 2027.
got it.
Just mark that down now. If we're still doing the show then. 2026, 2027.
For their fifth or sixth consecutive Super Bowl.
Somewhere in there, Stephon Diggs ends up in Kansas City. Because next year he's making 16, or his cap hit is 16 million.
Right.
But 26, 27, 28, it's 4.1 million. The Chiefs will move things around and slide that in there somewhere.
Okay.
26-27.
They'll make it work.
I thought they had agreed
Mahomes
to a
will
buyout
restructure.
at the end of this.
Right.
Well, there you go. See if there's contract
end of this
shenanigans. Then
I mean, Mahomes will restructure, right?
no, he's not going to restructure. Mahomes should restructure to make more money because now he's probably like the 10th highest paid quarterback, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like, oh my gosh, 10 years, $450 million. Like, this is insane, and now he's a bargain.
Now Daniel Jones is making that.
He should hold out.
Hold out?
For the Super
Ooh,
Bowl.
Mahomes hold out would be great.
For the Super Bowl.
For the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
For the Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl.
I'm not stepping on that field for practice this week unless I get a renegotiation.
That would create a Carson Wentz revenge game. I mean,
Well, here's the situation.
I almost want to see that more.
Can I tell you why he's not? Can I tell you why he's not going to hold out before this Super Bowl? He's got like a 3-week-old at home. That guy is doing anything.
He doesn't want to go home?
He's volunteering to go to the Pro Bowl. He's like, I'll do anything to get away from a crying 3-week-old. We have any games overseas? I'll be an ambassador.
I'm there.
Let's go tour Europe and something. I'll be a goodwill ambassador to take the game over there or whatever. There's something interesting that's happening here.
Yeah.
And we're talking so much more football off air in the breaks than we have been on air, which is an odd choice by us.
Okay.
Like we were just breaking down play calls by McDermott. We were talking about Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
And look, my fault. I brought up jury duty. That was on me.
That's okay.
I've derailed us from some of these situations, but we've been doing so much more actual football talk off air than we have been during the show.
Yeah.
Just ranting against Zach Ertz, please.
Well, like, why are we ranting against Zach Ertz? He did nothing wrong.
I like him a lot.
He had a great game.
What we were doing?
Right.
Well, no, because he was like, oh, I wish that I could
but
restart play my whole career with Jaden Daniels. I'm so old. Buddy, you're 34, okay?
Right.
Enough. Wah, wah.
You're just getting started.
Uh-huh.
Right. The end is not anywhere near.
Oh, my God.
okay?
What a horrible life you have. You get to retire at 34 years old, and you never have to work a day in your life again. Oh, I feel so... My heart cries for you, Zach
And you won a
Ertz.
Super Bowl.
Must be so difficult.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So wait a second. Mikey is right, because what was happening during the break is we weren't criticizing Zach Ertz. You were criticizing
I was
Zach
not
Ertz,
criticizing.
and then you dragged the rest of us into it.
I did not criticize Zach
We didn't
Ertz.
say anything about Zach Ertz other than he had a great game.
16 targets. I mean, come on.
I mean, Mikey was making the point that Zach Ertz is towards the end of his career. You're right. He's at the start of life, but towards the end of his career. And it's hard to walk away from a quarterback like Jaden Daniels. That's all. That's all he said.
Okay.
And then you started going off on Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz,
I think it was
professional
more-
athlete. His
more-
wife's a professional athlete. His kids will be professional athletes. Like, professional athleticism is not out of your life, Zach Ertz. Just wait like 10 years. Your kids will be all professional athletes also. On your
Is Zach Ertz the one that sent you jury duty notice? Like, because you're big mad at Zach Ertz. And
You
I'm
really
just
are.
like,
It's an
I'm
odd-
not mad at Zach Ertz.
It's an odd place to
Love the Ertzes.
yeah.
I think it was just like a way of him complimenting Jaden Daniels. Like, he's
Right.
so good.
Yeah.
I wish I could have played more with him. I
Yeah.
don't think it's
Keep
more
your
like, well, it's
compliments
me.
to yourself.
Yeah.
He was just saying the end of my career is near.
Comments to yourself.
I wish
His
I could play with this
compliments,
quarterback. Right. This entire keep it to himself.
Yeah, keep your compliments
He's had a
to
charmed
yourself.
life, Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Right.
16 targets. I mean, would it kill us to get Terry McLaurin the ball once or twice?
Yeah, please,
Jeez
come on.
Louise.
Oh,
This is about.
So you're mad that he hogged the ball. You're mad because he impacted your fantasy.
I mean, some would say maybe we're here. We compliment, Jaden Daniels. I'm sure he was saying that in person too. Jaden's like, oh, you know what? I like this Zach Ertz. I got to get him the ball more. And boom, you lose by 32 points.
To be fair,
So all you're doing is targeting Zach Ertz all day long,
To be
making
fair-
sure he eats.
Is that
Make sure
Jaden?
he goes out on top.
To
and that's Jaden's fault.
He's the one that has the ball.
to be fair to Billy, when you're down 3 scores, a check down to Zach Ertz isn't going to help you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank
Get
you.
the ball to Terry. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
needed 12 yards for the
I
parlay.
understand.
Thanks.
What are we doing?
All I
here?
hear is you saying Jaden Daniels is overrated. That's all.
No
I hear.
one said that.
Right.
But he's got to put on
That's
some
what
weight.
That's what I heard.
Got to put on some lbs this
Jaden needs to
offseason.
put on some weight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Zach Ertz should just zip it up, just so we're clear on everything, on life.
I didn't say any of that. This is one of those
did say
things that
it.
now you make Zach Ertz an enemy of mine, and then
Right.
we're walking around. And
I mean, he's going to be on the show, Radio
jackling.
Row.
Wanna say anything about Zach
exactly
Ertz's
right.
face?
He's
Now
gonna
we
be there
have to
with a big
talk.
And it's
Subway
intelligence level.
I know Zach Ertz is going to be there. He's coming on the show next week.
Zach Ertz isn't a Subway athlete.
Oh,
It's just
Really?
it's just, we'll
So
see.
it's reserved for Josh Allen.
A-listers. Respectfully to the Ertzes, but if Subway is bringing around Zach Ertz, it's an off year. Respectfully.
I'm so sad that we're gonna have to see Josh Allen on Radio Row again. He shouldn't be on Radio Row.
So I was thinking about that, and I was conflicted because while I'm watching the game, I was like, well, if he wins, we're not going to see him Super Bowl week.
Oh, no way.
And
we have a better chance of seeing him now.
We have a better chance of seeing him now. And also, and this is where I think we might run into him, is unless things have changed. I was told that we're covering the red carpet of the NFL honors, so we'll be on the red carpet interviewing like the players as they go by.
Okay.
So he's nominated for MVP. If he had the Super Bowl, he may not attend that event. I mean, he may, but he may not attend the event if he had the Super Bowl in 2 days. Now, if he's going to win the MVP, he's going to be at that event.
Yes.
So he'll walk that red
Yes.
carpet. Maybe we run into him there if we can't get him through somewhere else.
Yeah. I think Josh Allen likes the Radio Row thing. I think he likes doing media. I think he likes the money that comes along with not making it to the Super Bowl. And I expect to see Josh Allen.
Hold on a second. You think that he likes the money that comes along with not making it to the Super Bowl?
I mean, last year he was all over Radio Row.
When you make $50 million a year,
right,
and someone's like, I'll give you $10,000 to walk around and talk about subs for 2 hours.
You think he's doing that for $10,000?
Well, whatever the number is.
They know it's a number that has to make Josh Allen excited about walking around there and doing it.
Golick makes more than that about diabetes.
Yeah,
so.
Right, on just one side of Radio Row.
What do you think it is?
Forget about what he makes for promoting Subway. The next.
You think it's like $100,000?
Yeah, he's
right.
he has
What do you think it is? Like 100?
I would say it's more than $100,000 for Josh Allen.
When you have a 6-year, $258 million contract, you're probably not doing it for $10,000. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but even $100,000,
Still
like
too little, yeah.
I'm not saying it's that. Obviously, that's crazy
I would
money.
say
But I'm
it's north
saying
of that, though,
if you're
is what
him and you just have like a very disappointing end to your season, and you know that everyone's going to ask you about it,
right?
Do you want to take that money for that exchange?
You want to be loyal, I guess, to the sponsor who's been loyal to you. It's a good question, Billy, that you're asking. I don't know the answer. He has a week to kind of figure out how to answer those questions and get away from it, and then just come back and do the Radio Row thing. He enjoys it. I mean, that was obvious to me last year, at least.
$10,000 get you Zach.
Got a
Ertz.
wedding to plan.
Does $10,000 get you Zach Ertz?
If you're Subway?
Should we pay Zach Ertz to walk around and do a promotional tour for God Bless Football?
We don't have $10,000.
I mean, we don't. You're right.
I'd be very upset if you did.
Can't even get Mikey to
If
go
I
to the
did-
Super Bowl. Can't even get Mikey
if
to go
I
to the Super Bowl.
personally did-
I think you're gonna. Jeez.
If I personally had $10,000, you'd be mad at me.
No.
Anywho,
Yeah. It's a good question. I'm wondering how much it would take to get Josh to do that. I would say $500,000
Maybe for one day.
for a day.
really?
Josh Allen going on every radio station in America promoting Subway.
It's not every. It's like 8 in the span of like 2 hours, and they're like handpicked.
Josh, he's still a human being, right? So like, if someone tells you, "Hey, you're gonna go to Radio Row for 4 hours, we're gonna give you $500,000," you might say yes.
That's crazy.
right for a day's work.
For 4
Billy.
hours.
What do you think they
half a
paid
day's
Stephen
work.
A. when
Wait,
Stephen
so
A.
I have
did
to
it?
go on 8 shows. You're going to pay me $500,000?
What do you think Stephen A. did it for? Because he came up for Subway 2 years ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Same client. They did not pay him $500,000.
A-lister, right?
He's. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, more than Ertz.
Steven's A-list.
Duh.
Now you got me trashing Ertz. This is what he does. I mean, I
you.
like
He
Zach
got you.
Ertz.
Your words. His words, not mine. I didn't say that, Zach Ertz.
I think Stephen A. is less than Josh Allen.
Well, duh.
Stephen A. thinks he should be more than Josh Allen, but I think he takes less than Josh Allen. You have to take less than Josh Allen. Well, what am I talking about? It's Stephen A.
You got to ask if you do Josh for so you got to ask how much they paying you to do this. I'll give you $1 if you do that.
You're,
$1.
He's gonna give you a non-answer.
wait, talk about things that aren't worth it. I mean,
What are you talking about?
$1 for me to ask that question to Josh Allen?
Yeah.
$100K.
How much would you do it for, Stu?
$2 off air.
I would do it if Billy paid me
$1 is all I can afford.
the money he gave away at one of our watch parties that he took out of my pocket and gave it to one of our listeners.
You don't even
I would
remember.
ask for that.
You don't even remember how much it was.
It was like $62.
No, it was more than that.
Yeah, I think it was like 140 or something. 180.
That's my number. You give me $140, okay? I will ask Josh Allen that question.
Nah.
What is the question? How much do you get paid for Subway for doing
Yeah.
this?
How much they paying you to do this?
He
It's
wa-
such
he
an
wants me to
awkward
ask.
question. It's so awkward.
And no one loves awkward more than Billy.
Well, no, because now I know what you're going to do is you're going to say, Billy wants me to ask you how much you're getting paid to do this. that's your move.
If I do that, you don't pay me, though, okay?
What?
To ensure that I don't
I'm not
do
paying
that.
you anything.
No, you're going to pay me $140.
No, I'm not.
Oh, fine, I'll take the $1.
I'm not doing that. Saquon Barkley. Good.
Negotiating master right there.
Yeah, I took the $1.
When we come back,
Mike Fuentes has another winner and a loser. But anyway, what were you saying?
when we come back,
Yes.
we're going to rank where Jalen Hurts would fit all time as a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
What were you saying earlier about Jalen Hurts?
Well, no, I was just saying we'd try to figure out where he would go on the all-time list of Super Bowl winners as a quarterback.
Why are you thinking that he might be one of the worst Super Bowl winners if the Eagles, in terms of quarterback play? Is he like in that Trent Dilfer category in terms of bad, or
Your words, not mine. I didn't say
No,
that.
no,
I just said we'll figure it
I'm
out.
trying to lead a segment
There's only been
here.
59 Super Bowls won.
Right.
You know, obviously there's quarterbacks have won multiple. I'm just saying maybe we figure out where he would land on that list. I didn't say bad. You said I didn't say bad.
Okay.
You said bad.
Right.
Not me.
oh,
I say bad.
I didn't say Dilfer. I didn't say Brad Johnson.
right?
I didn't say Mark Rippon. I didn't say Haas.
Mark
Standard
Rippon was
two.
great. I mean, he really was.
I
He had
didn't
a
say
great year.
I didn't say Plunkett. I didn't
Bob
say any
Greasy.
of that.
You didn't say any of those guys.
None of those.
Right.
I didn't
Joe
mention-
Namath. Right.
I didn't.
The second Peyton Manning.
Right. The second Peyton Manning is a great one.
That
Perhaps
was a bad one.
the second John Elway was not great either, by the way. First one, still pretty good. Second one, not so great.
Yeah.
That was Terrell Davis.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
I didn't say anything. I just said that we'll figure out where he would rank on the list. That's all.
And where do you think, if they win the Super Bowl, where do you think he's going to rank on the list?
Still tabulating.
Are you?
Yeah.
He has 2,900 yards passing. He missed a couple of games. He has 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Not great, but not,
Not exactly leading the team.
Well, no, Saquon is.
Yeah.
And that offensive line. Mm-hmm. Is that fair?
Look.
He has another 14 touchdowns rushing, so he has a combined 32 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions. Pretty good.
No. I mean, come on.
A lot of rushing.
Now I
touchdowns.
got him saying it.
No.
A lot of rushing touchdowns. I didn't realize he had that many.
Yeah, because it's all tush push
Yeah,
cheating.
yeah.
That's not real. The tush push
right.
is not a real touchdown.
Speaking of that,
That's like, come on.
that's my winner, my final winner and loser, the tush push.
Really?
That whole sequence there in the Commanders
Terrible.
game. Oh my god!
I thought we were gonna kill it in the offseason
Dude, just
last year.
ban it just based on that sequence. Oh my god, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. What a horrible watch.
But it's starting to get stopped now. Like
Was
teams
it?
are stopping. They stopped it when Josh Allen tried to run it. Like
Right.
maybe
one out of every 30
maybe
times.
we don't need to ban it because maybe it's not as good anymore.
No, they got Josh Allen
Did they?
twice. They
Yeah.
did.
Okay,
They got him
but
twice.
Josh Allen is not Jalen Hurts.
I mean, if it's Brady, they never stop it.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's
Listen.
just-
No, Josh Allen's supposed to be better than Jalen Hurts
Man,
at
but
it because he's so much bigger.
Well, he's not.
Once the official came up and said, if you try to stop it again like that, it's going to be on sports.
Well, that's because Frankie Louvu decided I'm just
But
going
who
to jump
cares?
over
Like,
everyone
you can't
all
even-
day long.
You can't even try to stop it. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and then the guy goes,
Right.
"We're going to award a score."
That's crazy.
So you're just going to give them a touchdown?
That's
That was
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god."
we
man.
could, well, the way that
They
he,
usually do that for the Chiefs.
we advised, we could do this if we want to. We could do it. Look, we're amongst friends, right?
Yeah.
Stugotz,
Yes.
Sure.
Mikey A, Fuentes,
Yeah.
audience. We're amongst friends. Let's not. We can't. This is just. Can I trust you guys for this question here?
Maybe.
Okay, well then forget it.
You can
Move on
trust
to the
us.
next
I'm
thing.
joking. You can
You
trust
can
us.
always
You can
trust me
us.
for
You can
this
trust us.
question.
Can I trust you guys for this question?
Yeah,
and it
always.
can't be repeated and can't get back to anyone.
Sure.
We all agree to these conditions. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Kind of. In the offseason, we said, oh, is the tush push going to work without Jason Kelsey? Like, yeah, Hall of Famer, greatest center of all time. It only works because of Jason Kelsey. And nope, not the case. Just another center.
Who do you think Jason Kelsey's rooting for? He's got his brother Travis. He's got his former team in the Eagles.
Yeah.
You think Jason wants to see his former team win a Super Bowl without him?
No, I got to root
No.
for his brother.
Yeah.
And Donna Kelsey's all in on the Chiefs now.
Really?
No need for be the Eagles fan anymore.
That's true.
That's true. Right.
Well,
But
fair weather
Jason's going to
fan.
play it like he's rooting for the Eagles, right?
Yeah, he's going to do
Yeah.
that whole thing just to
Right.
get the access. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, he was there one-on-one with Nick Sirianni, like, right before the game. He's going
Right.
to be in there like, yeah, I'm rooting for you guys. Go
Yeah.
Philadelphia, whatever. And
He's
you know,
going to expect a ring, I
Pre-game
think,
all
right?
Philadelphia, during the game in the box with Taylor Swift.
100%.
No
They're going to cut
question
to him. He's
about
going to have
it.
that big
Right.
Chiefs coat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he was a man of principle, he wouldn't be in that booth.
You're right.
with his own family.
Right.
He would say, no family.
Journalistic integrity.
I'm a man of principle. I can't be compromised.
Not
here.
you.
This is where I draw the line.
Oh, my God. By the way, I was thinking with the tush push that if we're going to keep this rule intact, that the guy who's doing the pushing should get at least a half a touchdown, if not the entire touchdown. Or an assist.
Like how we do half sacks.
Something. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That's not a terrible idea, especially in fantasy.
Right. They don't get in unless he's pushing.
Yeah.
You know?
Not a bad idea.
Right. You start picking the pusher. Right. In fantasy.
I'm going to pick up Gainwell just so I can get half a touchdown a game.
How did we feel? How did we feel about Will Shipley yesterday?
What about him?
We felt good for him, right?
I didn't feel anything for him.
Really?
Why? Why would I?
He had a nice 57-yard run. Poor guy. He just couldn't.
Got caught.
He couldn't outrun the defenders, but then they made sure to give him that touchdown anyways.
Right.
There's a guy out there who's like, Will Shipley, 3.5 yards over. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it on the end of the parlay and a hit for him. There's a guy.
Yo.
Yeah.
You're that guy?
Yes, you did it yesterday?
Yo. I did.
Wow.
Huh.
Look at you.
Can you
Lost the parlay.
Can you take us through the 57-yard run by him? Like, what was going on with you?
No, I'd already lost the parlay by then because Gainwell was out.
Oh.
When you lose one leg of a parlay, do you start rooting for the rest of your legs to lose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to
yeah.
miss by one. You're like, I hope it all falls apart, and I was just not close at all.
I feel like such a genius putting it together, and then
Yeah.
I just feel so bad once the first leg is completely gone.
You guys will be shocked to find out I got yet another text from K-Funk about a parlay that he won yesterday.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, all he does is win off the show.
Well, and it's just as always telling me about all the ones that he's won, not any of the ones that he's lost.
How about you
Show
win
me-
on the show? I mean,
Yeah.
how's that sound?
We're still up for debate.
K-Punk's never lost a bet that he sent us.
That is very true. That is very true.
Undefeated. So, Billy, we're going to New Orleans next week.
We are.
Yep. I would say we're going to sit down with the Saints head coach, but they don't have one. So we'll be in New Orleans. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to spend some time with you.
What if it is Spags?
It's not going to be Spags.
Okay.
Spags is not going to lead Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and the chance to win 4 consecutive Super Bowls unless it's to Buffalo.
Right. So did you just say the
Kellen
Chiefs are winning
Moore.
the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl? Is that what you just said?
That's what he said.
That's what you just said.
He predicted the Chiefs to
predicted
win
it.
the Super Bowl.
I do think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I do. Sorry.
That's fine. You don't have to. Why would you apologize for
They're
that?
pretty good at this thing. I mean,
What are you apologizing
They
for?
find a
Not
way.
last week.
I will say this though: if the Chiefs think they could play that way, the way they played yesterday against the Eagles, and still win the Super Bowl, they got another thing coming.
Got another thing coming.
Yeah. And who's the Bills head coach? What is his name? Scott Linehan. What is that guy's name?
Doug Marrone.
Yeah, he should be fired.
Schottenheimer kicking around somewhere, I'm sure. Let's grab him.
That flippant play call, I'm serious, in the second half, where Josh Allen, 4th and inches, runs the same exact play they just ran on 4th and inches. You can't take these things flippantly against that team. They're prepared for everything. Spags is prepared for every situation. So is Andy Reid. So is Patrick Mahomes. They had him on the ropes. They don't get that. The Chiefs take the ball down. They score a touchdown. Game's over, even though it wasn't really over. But the game was over. And I'm just telling you, you can't make those mistakes against that. You have to play a perfect game. You have to.
They seem to have Josh Allen shook kind of early when he almost threw back-to-back interceptions. Both were dropped, but first drive he almost threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
And then when they were there at the goal line, I think it was a 2-point conversion. He did like a weird toss backwards. Like it seemed like old Josh was making
He tried to come out.
a
He
reappearance
did.
yesterday. And by the way, he got lucky that like it didn't happen. He didn't need to. He was still in that game, but like almost threw away the game a couple times because it felt like, you know, like the ghosts we talk about sometimes that are around, and like people were talking like the ghosts and the the Celtics and
Sam
the
Darnold
Lakers,
season. Yeah.
The ghost of Sam Darnold.
Word
season.
association. Go Sam Darnold.
It felt like maybe at early on, Josh was seeing those ghosts and he was like, oh no, I can't let this happen again, and almost put himself in a worse position trying to get out of that.
You're right. Yeah. You're right.
Do you want to know the parlay that K-Funk won that he sent me?
Oh, Jesus.
It was a 1 rushing touchdown in each quarter of both games.
Really?
Yeah.
That was on Twitter.
It hit. Well, no. Well, he did it too, apparently.
Yeah, but he just bought someone else's parlay.
That's possible. That's very possible also.
He just screenshotted it and sent it.
That's possible.
It is such a K-Funk thing to do.
That's probably what he did. Now that you mention it, he probably
stole it.
didn't
It's
have
such a
this winning bet. He
K-Funk
stole
thing.
someone
Exactly
else's
what he
winning
did.
bet.
I'll never do the stat thing again.